So you're thinking about selling your home here in Granbury, Texas, and you're trying to figure out when's the best time to list, what all do you need to do to prepare the home, what are the ideas we need to do in marketing, do you want to have an open house, all those questions. This is exactly the video that you need to watch. Also, right up front, if you mention this video in our listing conversation, we will give you a $1,000 rebate at closing. So before we jump in, if this is your first time to the channel, be sure to click that subscribe button and press the bell for notifications so you'll be the first to know about any updates or changes in the market here in the Granbury, Texas area. We have people that reach out to us. A lot of folks are coming in from out of state. They're looking to retire here. They're trying to track the market. As a matter of fact, we have a lot of people that have come here over the last few years, but keep up with the market, and they live here, they're local now, and they try to keep tabs on what's going on. Give us a call, shoot us a text if you need something. If you're thinking about selling or relocating, maybe you moved here and you picked this neighborhood, but you want to move over to that neighborhood, let us know. We'd love the chance to kind of run some numbers for you and see what the situation looks like, and offer any help or advice that we can. So we're going to jump into the video, and hopefully you find all of this helpful. So we wanted to answer a few questions that you may have, questions that we get all the time. I had someone reach out to me 2 weeks ago. They live out here in Pecan Plantation, and they are planning to sell their home. But they're looking at the market and they're saying, well, interest rates are coming down. Maybe that's going to help boost the market some this winter. Should we go ahead and sell now, or should we wait till the spring? Looking at what the interest rates are going to do next year. There's also the question of, if we wait and sell when the market's hot, we have to buy when the market's hot. And so then it's 6 one way, half a dozen the other. You know, you're robbing Peter to pay Paul. It ends up balancing out. So selling now or selling then, you're going to end up, some folks are moving into assisted living, for example, and they're going to sell. And so for them, it really probably makes sense to sell next year, in the springtime, especially with rates kind of on a trend going down. All things being equal, if all you need to do is sell, probably would make sense to wait and target the end of February, kind of the last cold snap when the weather starts to warm up, early spring. Being really early on that front is usually the way you want to try to time it. So what we're doing right now is we're actually reaching out to a lot of our past clients. We're reaching out through video, through giving market updates, and we're trying to let everyone know that if you've been thinking about selling for the last couple of years, but the market's been a little slow and you want to try to time it and take advantage of it, well, circle your calendars. 2026 spring market for 2026 is going to be a great opportunity to sell. Rates look like they're going to be trending down and pretty aggressively in the spring next year. They're already at their lowest point for the year now, and it looks like they're going to continue to ease. Circle that on your calendar. If I were you, if you're thinking about selling, I would say let's get together and put together a plan for it, because do you want to sell it as is, or do you want to try to dot every I and cross every T and get the home as perfect as possible before you put it on the market? I know that sounds daunting, and for some it may not be necessary. You can price it a little lower and not do those things, and that's fine. But for some folks, they want to try to maximize ROI. And so especially if you're wanting to do some work on the home, I would recommend 3-4 months in advance having someone, whether you use me or whoever, if you have someone like me out, you kind of get an estimate together that says, look, this is what the home is worth right now if you leave it in this state, and this is what it's going to be worth if you do X, Y, and Z, and you do these repairs and updates. And you have kind of present those options. Maybe putting $20,000 into the home gives you a return of $40,000. You have to decide at that stage, is this worth it? Is this worth the money and the time and the headache of doing this? An extra $20,000 for some, maybe it is. For some, it might be $85,000, $90,000 put in order to get a return of $200,000. So it really comes down to what you're wanting, what your situation in life is. But I at least think having the options available so that you can make that decision is helpful. So I recommend getting into that pretty early, if possible. I have a few people that I am helping coordinate repairs between now and December, with the intent of putting their home on the market, late February out here in Pecan. And because of that, I have time now to go in and not feel that I'm rushed, and I can get a few things done here and there. And then when it's ready, we'll get the last few items done and put it on the market, and it should be a quick and easy sale. So if you have a property here in Granbury and you're thinking about selling, again, circle that end of February on the calendar. That's what you want to target. Goal is now you've got to plan and prepare to figure out what all needs to be done between now and then to get the home ready. What's the advantage of doing that work? What would it look like if I just sold it as is? And then, you can kind of make the decision. So we try to present as many options as we can to you. And we've got people that we can recommend as well. If you want to get some work done, we can recommend them to you so you can kind of get some quotes and stuff to verify, because numbers I give are going to be kind of general. Numbers they give are going to be very exact. So if you want, we can even go to the next step and say, let's get quotes and get stuff from these folks and start getting a real punch list together so that we know exactly what we're getting ourselves into. Now, as far as selling goes, there are lots of things to consider. Real estate agents, you have to weigh what kind of marketing you want to do on the home. Do you want to do an open house? Do you want to do, a showcase listing? Do you want to do a broker open house? What all do you want to do on the home, and try to figure out the best approach from that standpoint? We would love to visit with you and kind of go over what we do and things we can help you with. If in the event you would like to interview us and have a chat with us about what we can do to help you get your home sold, please reach out to me. Give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. I would love the chance to answer any questions you have. I am going to show a few things to you real quick. We won't spend too much time on this, but just so you can see it. You may have seen some of my signs around. This is kind of my Google page here. I am the owner of a real estate brokerage here in town, and we are one of the highest reviewed brokerages in town. And then if we go to, the site, we've got our YouTube channel. This is probably the largest YouTube channel in Granbury. I haven't verified that for sure, but we're definitely have some of the highest viewed videos, and a lot of folks that are coming from out of state. So obviously we can put together something to showcase some of the highlights of your property. All right, so we're going to wrap things up with that. I really appreciate you watching the video, staying to the end. If you do decide to sell, let us know and mention this video, and we'll give you a $1,000 rebate at closing. So if you mention this video while we're doing the listing, let us know and we'll make it in the notes that you'll get a $1,000 rebate. We really appreciate you staying tuned to the end. And if you have any questions, reach out to us. If we don't hear from you, hopefully we'll see you around Granbury sometime.